One of the main differences between AutoCAD Mechanical 2010 and vanilla AutoCAD 2010 is the standard parts libraries. These all come with AutoCAD Mechanical only. Now they're available on the Content tab here on the ribbon. So we're in the Home tab right now, so click on the Content tab here on the ribbon, and you'll see that we have plenty of information to look at and to work with here. Now we're going to look at the library panel here on the ribbon, and there's our content libraries there. You'll notice you have Content Manager. You also have new content. You can create new content from scratch in the current drawing, or select a block in the current drawing to make it into content. Now, most standard parts in AutoCAD Mechanical 2010 follow well-known worldwide standards, such as DIN in Germany, ISO, International Standards Organization, ANSI, American National Standards Institute, and BSI, British Standards Institute. So you've got all that information in there. So when I click on Content Libraries here, you'll see, look, there's lots of different shapes. BS there actually stands for British Standards. But if I go up and just minimize that, it's very much like Windows Explorer. You've got the little minimize and the plus signs there. So if I minimize by clicking on the minuses like that, that's what you get when you first start up the content library. So basically we've got at the moment British standards, American standards, and international standards. There are other country specific standards that you can install. There's the custom content. If I maximize that out at the moment, you can see there's some fixtures there. There's a T-slot table and a T-slot nut there, for example, that we can use. I'm not going to use those at the moment though. What I am going to do is I'm going to use BSI. I've got a standard metric drawing open, and I'm going to use BSI parts. So if I click on the plus sign here like that, you'll see that we've got features, fasteners, shaft parts, and steel shapes. I'm going to go to steel shapes. Now as soon as I click on steel shapes, I get a preview of the shapes that I can use. Now these are standard steel members like beams, columns, and so on. I'm going to use L shapes, like so, and I want an equal one here. Now you'll notice I need to just expand this out a little bit by dragging it, like so. And what I'll do here, as you can see, if I hover over each one, you can see that you've got unequal angles and so on. Now BSEN are the later types of angled steel parts. I'm going to use that one, BS4848 Part 4 equal angle, that one there. Now I want a front view in this particular case, so I click on front, come into the drawing area, and it asks me for an insertion point. So I'm just going to click there. I'm going to click anywhere in the drawing, so it's a blank drawing. It then prompts me for a rotation angle. I'm just going to press enter there to accept the 0. Now I get asked, what size do I want? Now there are lots of different equal angles. I'm going to go for 100, 100 by 15, that one there. And then I click on next. It will then ask me for the length of the part. Now I can actually specify that on the screen if I want to there. I'm just going to put in 250. Now 250 was already there because I've put it in previously, so that's fine. Let's leave that there and hit finish. Because now I have my equal angle sitting there in the drawing. Now I'm going to minimize the L shape there and minimize the steel shapes completely. Go to fasteners, and I now want, let's say, screws and threads. So if I go there, I want, let's say, a socket head. Do I want that? I want a threaded bolt with a hex head. So I'm going there, and I'll just go for that one there. And I want a front view of it, like so. Come into the drawing area. I'm just going to pan slightly there, so I can see my little angled plate there. And I'm going to go from that midpoint there. Rotation angle, I'll take it down to the perpendicular there, so I know it's vertical. And it'll then ask me what size. I'm going to go for, let's say, an M10. That's fine. I'll finish that. And as I drag it downwards now, I can drag for the size of that as I come down. I'm just going to do it freehand for the moment because I'm just showing you how it works. Click there. The one thing I love about this is, notice, look, it's actually cut through the section, the steel section, to put the threaded bolt through it. Can you see that? Isn't that clever? That's what I love about these content libraries. They're all intelligent parts. So I'm now going to close the content library because I've finished what I'm doing, And as I drag across now, there we are there. Now, what I really love about this, though, is I can now, if I load up my menu bar, go to Modify here and go to Power View and select, let's say, this object here. There it is there. And I might want a top view now. And I might pop that over here. And just press enter there. And there's my top view of that bolt there. Now, isn't that fantastic? Quick, easy. I don't have to draw any of that. It's all in the standard parts library.